Welcome back to an episode of Mechanical Nightmare.
Customer states the CEL zone has a loss of power and the vehicle revs up on its own.
Customer states it lost coolant on the way to Florida, so I just kept adding more until I got back to Wisconsin.
Not good. Customer states engine ceased working after driving through a puddle on the highway. That's what I found on the engine cover. Removed the engine and I found this. There's even water in 2 of the cylinders left. And you can look through the engine. Little puddle of water.
So we had already worked on this truck earlier today. Someone was under here doing the alignment on it. They didn't say anything about this transmission pan, this exhaust, and the transmission mount right here. This is garbage.
A mechanic found this piece of foil stuck in this vehicle's oil pickup. Lucky it hadn't caused damage.
So, customer states I have no brake pedal. Uh-oh. Oh, gee, what's wrong with that? Oh, but wait, there's more. Yeah, I'm sure that's meant to be like that. Yeah, and that's yeah, great.
Customer states my steering wheel turns by itself. Apparently, even the Hyundai dealership had never seen this issue before and didn't know how to fix it.
Customers complaining about a loud noise coming from the front right wheel. All fixed.
Vehicle is vibrating really bad while driving.
Just a few months, maybe a year overdue on these brakes.
"2023 Jeep Compass with 11,000 miles on it. Starbursts everywhere and chocolate. Never seen that one before.
You wouldn't believe it, but the car managed to drive into the shop with the engine like this.
Customer states my car doesn't run quite right.
That'll do it.
Hello, class. Today, I'd like to talk to you about Mr. Crank. Mr. Crank decides to show his face only when you have an improperly filled oiling system. Please make sure your oiling system is properly filled.
This customer upgraded their brake calipers, but not their rotors, causing this. Who doesn't want a swimming pool in their car?
Oil pan. Look at that sludge.
Customer states, I've got an oil leak and I think I need a new engine. And man, were they right. This is what was left of this 2-liter Camaro's engine. This is why most mechanics hate tire pressure monitoring systems, as they either break or just read incorrectly. Who knows how long this customer has been breathing the nasty air from this cabin air filter? Yuck.
Okay, that's a first. That's a casing, actually. That's not a bullet.
Oh yeah, the cake.
Maybe it's a whole bullet. Who knows? Once you get it out,
That might just be. It looked like it.
it looks like a bullet. That's a fucking
Damn.
bullet. Damn, that's a first.
Customer states, my friend rotated my tires for me and now my car drives weird. Yep, most of the nuts are on backwards.
Got a good one today. Customer complaint. I ran over a parking block and it is now in my car. Oh, let's take a look. Wow. The parking block is in fact in your car.
This customer had been doing their own oil changes, however they had not been changing their oil filter, leading to this.
Emergency brake broke. Can tech give me a parts list? Okay, let's see. The release handle's broken. And the foot pedal's completely gone. A cable. Where the f***'s the cable? And there's the other end.
Customer states, my wheel bearing is going out. I think it's been gone for a while. Customer states, my brakes don't work. I don't know why.
Customer states, car is making noise. Take a look at it, please. Uh-oh. It's making noise, all right. Yep, needs a motor.
Customer states, there's a noise coming from rear. Bet you've never seen a mechanic do this before. This customer's engine really didn't want to turn off. Either the engine was dieseling from oil getting into the cylinders, or the ECU was somehow still running. This customer didn't believe they needed a new radiator. Customer states, my coolant reservoir exploded in traffic.
I'm ready. Oh, hell no!
This unlucky customer drove over a jackhammer bit that went straight through the rim, hitting the brake lines and caliper.
I think it needs more than a tire.
That is the dude's rotor. There's literally nothing left. Oh my gosh. Still got some life left in it. Oh yeah, there's still like a little bit of material there. There's some stopping power there. Maybe like once every like 10 feet. Oh my gosh, now he's gonna die!
Found out what that suspension knocking noise is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. ¿Dónde está bueno?
This customer's intake exploded, and even more confusingly, the car was turned off when it happened. This customer's buddy hit a cement block, destroying his oil pan. Luckily, they shut the car off immediately, likely saving the engine. This customer came in with a complaint of a coolant leak. Yeah, they have some bigger things to be worried about. This customer tried to trade their boat in without mentioning of the horrible noises or lack of propulsion from the engine. a mechanic found these random hoses floating inside this customer's coolant overflow.
Looks like. Heard that. Oil on route.
This is 60s engineering at its finest. I've been looking for the shut-off switch for this generator for like an hour. You gotta be kidding me.
Customer was sent this video of a car they were thinking of buying. Yeah, I think they should pass on this one. Anyone want some chocolate milk?
Just came in for an oil change. Didn't say nothing about it.
This is what happens when you don't replace those rusty parts the mechanic warned you about.
So I just started the car. No engine light yet, but no shifter. And the trick has been to open and close. But that didn't happen. That worked. See, not that. Weird.
Customer states there's a high-pitched whining noise coming from under the vehicle. They really shouldn't have declined the previous service.
Yeah, this side of the truck, all nice and fine, all things are intact. Come to this side, no anti-sway bar link. Wow. Yeah, that would make a difference.
I'm gonna shoot this in 4K.
Customer states, I've got a small water leak. Quite a common issue for Volkswagen sunroofs.
Good.
This customer's complaint was that their brakes were sticking. This planetary gear was out of a snowcat that grenaded itself after it had been ran without oil for 2 weeks. It's honestly impressive it lasted that long. Customer states, I think my brakes are grinding.
Tell me which tube seals are bad. I think it's that one. Of all of them, I think it's just that one. Yeah, definitely that one.
Customer states, I might be overdue for my service. The noise you can hear is from the compressor wheel scraping on the turbo's housing.
Just started making noise today. Okay.
This customer's complaint was about feeling a shake. Another classic example of a customer ignoring a brake grinding noise and warning light, leading to their brakes being absolutely destroyed.
What the? Where is the intercom?
Customer states, I was driving at 80 miles per hour, then I heard a loud bang. The engine was still running, but now it won't turn on anymore. This customer said they just did the front brakes, and that their tie rod is bad. Not quite, but good guess. This 2016 Camaro had a catastrophic failure at 86,000 miles, basically grenading the cylinder. This is one of the crazier tire damages I've seen. Unfortunately, we're not sure what caused it. Got to love GM's 2.4 chain guides. Super common issue on these engines. This is what happens when you don't do regular oil changes. A customer's boat trailer came in like this. They declined the repairs, only to come in 2 months later for 2 new axles. This customer was driving on the highway behind a truck when things started to fly off the truck. Luckily, the only damage was to the 2 passenger side tires and not something coming through their windshield.
Yo! That's
This customer stated they were hearing some brake noise.
Interesting.
Customer states, my car's low on power and the exhaust sounds funny. Turns out they had a swimming pool in their exhaust. Customer states, my truck keeps consuming oil. A little bit of movement on the intake side, but wait until you see what the exhaust side looks like. Customer states it just started making noise this past weekend.
I did.
Can't really tell, but there's a lip right there on the rotor. Oh yeah, plenty more to go, baby.
Customer states their cabin air filter is dirty.
It wasn't even that dirty.
Walk in this car. It's growing mushrooms.
Whoa! Alright, yeah, let's TikTok worthy.
Customer states my brakes are too loud.
I think we got a problem.
Customer states there's smoke coming from the engine, but no warning lights on the dash. I'm all for saving some money, but this is too far.
That should be oil coming out.
But we have coolant. This is for the customer to show.
That should be oil. That is a big job.
Customer said that this F350 only needed new pads and e-brake shoes. I'd call that some wishful thinking. Customer states, I've got no brakes. I think we all know it hasn't had brakes for quite a while.
That's crazy.
Customer said they were involved in a road rage incident, but I wasn't expecting this. Land Cruisers are usually some of the most reliable cars, but this one had other ideas. Found out why the engine got loud all of a sudden.
Crash.
Yep. That ain't going anywhere.
Customer states, my window fights me. Whoever's car was leaving this oil trail will probably be calling a tow truck very soon. Who needs one air filter when you can have two?
Dang, this thing is spicy. We got the Sport Cobra Camaro convertible.
Welcome back to Wheel of Fortune.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Here's your problem, lady.
Ah, the motor mount's fine.
Doesn't even have. That's just what BMW is. No, Julian's just special.
Nice save by this mechanic after the customer complained about a rattling noise from under the hood.
I think we just saved an engine.
I'm surprised this managed to drive in with oil this low. A customer dropped this off with a complaint about their radio not working. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in there either. Customer states, I never needed tires or serviced my brakes since buying the car, and I won't start now. This water pump failure basically destroyed this engine, putting metal shavings all throughout the galleries. Yikes. This is what happens when you don't do an oil change for 37,000 miles. And even worse is that it's a relatively new 2020 Nissan. This mystery substance was found in a customer's fuel tank. Let us know what you think it could be in the comments. This lift needs to be replaced ASAP. Now, I've seen my fair share of grenade transmissions, but man, this one really is destroyed. It's about $1,400 to fix, and even more surprising is that it still drove into the bay. I guess this customer wanted some homemade two-piece rotors. Customer states, how bad is it? Yeah, quite bad would be a bit of an understatement. The only thing I don't get is how it took them so long to bring it in. Not exactly the condition of brakes you want to see when inspecting a bus. Driver had no mention of any grinding sounds, just as the pedal went to the floor. Well, that's why it wouldn't turn over. Raw fuel doesn't compress. This customer just had an oil change from the dealership, and then this happened. Customer came in complaining about smelling oil in the interior and having to add a quart a day. Found where it's all going. Customer states, I've always done the oil changes on time. After seeing this sludge, I highly doubt it. Unfortunately, a lube tech didn't see the gasket on an oil filter, leading to this disaster. Customer states I hit the curb pulling out of my driveway. This mechanic got a fright of their life test driving this customer's Jag when the throttle stuck like this mid-test drive. Got to love working in the Rust Belt. This rust was on a 2010 Ford Focus, and just for context, the mechanic was not the one who risked putting it onto the lift. Easily the most amount of blow-by I've ever seen. Must be a huge crack in the head. Customer states there's a water leak inside the vehicle and that they can hear it sloshing around. I really wish this one was a joke, guys. A customer bought this truck without getting an inspection done. It was brought to the mechanics for a fuel leak, and after putting it on the lift, the mechanic found this nightmare. Who needs brakes anyway? Not quite what you want to find coming out of your gearbox. Yet another destroyed 2.4 Ecotech. These engines really are some of the worst produced in terms of reliability. Customer states, I think something is wrong with my suspension. The rear of the car feels floaty and makes noises. This engine's oil ran far too low, leading to this.
Well, that's what the noise was. It doesn't like to go forward.
And of course, this customer declined any repairs. Yikes. Customer states, I have to redline my car just to get it to move. This was out of a 2024 Integra with only 10,000 miles. One of these is not like the others.
Good. 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 Good.
I've seen some bug infestations in cars, but this one really takes the cake. Even more surprising was that the interior of the car was immaculate, with no food or crumbs. Turns out ants aren't a fan of brake clean either. Unbelievably, this battery somehow still works and outputs 12.3 volts. Customer states, my exhaust is louder than normal. I guess you could say these brakes were squeaking.
Where the oil goes.
This customer's got some bad news coming, unfortunately.
Fast.
Yet another customer who drove through a flooded road and hydro-locked their engine. Customer states the wheel lock key is in the truck and the trunk doesn't open. Yeah, no thanks. This customer came in wanting a new CV. Turns out the wheel was missing 3 lug nuts. Customer states loud squeal over 40 miles per hour.
So I'm doing ball joints on this Ram. So I got the knuckle on the floor. I just want to show you my struggles here as a Southern technician, because this bearing's also bad. Alright, got the bolts loose. So this is what you want to be careful about, because it'll just come out just like that. So don't drop that on your foot on accident.
Customer stated their vehicle stopped moving. When inspecting, the technician found the lower ball joint had separated. Thanks for watching. You can submit your own videos using the link below. Also remember to like and subscribe.